Hi, welcome to my channel. This is my very first YouTube video ever, long form YouTube video, I should say. And today I thought we would talk about my 2025 business goals as a new business owner. I am 90 and I'm a 26-year-old new business owner where I combine art and my love for plants and gardening and all things nature. So currently I make a lot of plant stakes and hand painted pots. So in today's video, I thought I would just give my goals for this year, and maybe you can find some inspiration to take with you in your creative journey this year. And to be honest, before we start, this is my second recording of this video because the dishwasher was too loud in the background and you could hear that in the video, and there was something else going on. So we're back here, we're doing this again, so I hope you stick around. So just some context before we start. I launched my business in late June last year, so I'm new to this, and I've had so much going on since then, like with my business and myself, the emotional journey that comes with a new business. And every, I think, goal in this video is connected to my new business. So I hope also that if you are a small business, maybe you can take some inspiration from this, or if you are an established one too. But I hope you find anything useful to you. And I will put timestamps throughout the video in the description or in the video itself, so you can skip ahead and maybe find a section that you find interesting, because these videos can get quite long, so I don't want to waste anyone's time, because I know that we are so busy as business owners. We have so much going on. I am a full-time student and I work part-time, and I have my business, as well as everything else you need to do as a human being. So it's exhausting, but I hope you find anything of value. But before we actually start with the goals, I thought I would talk a bit about why even have goals in the first place. Why not call them resolutions, for example? So I'm not, first and foremost, I'm not calling them resolutions because it feels like you're giving a promise, and I don't want to have that be a thing, a mindset I want to have in my business, to be so focused on fulfilling that promise that you lose track of everything else. I want my, business to be more realistic, because I want the word for this year to be balance. And I don't want to feel like I need to have my goals be, or the resolutions to be, something I need to fulfill at every cost. If that makes sense. I hope it does. I hope I'm explaining myself well. So I guess with goals instead, shifting that mindset is to have goals be like a realistic commitment, I guess you could say, is what I'm trying to explain here. And the reason why having goals then is because I want some sort of general direction for the company. So in times where I feel really stressed or overwhelmed, I have something to look back on and rely on. So I can remove stress that way. So I can look back on this video or my notes and see, okay, this is what I had planned for this year, and then go back to the track, so to speak. Let's jump right into the goals. So my very first goal is to focus on the process and not sales, because I started to notice when I launched my business and I got it going last June, I became so entrenched with just getting sales, because I wanted to get my money back as a full-time student with no real disposable income. So I wanted to do everything I could just to make my money back. And that created, in turn, not a very healthy mindset. So I was doubling down on content creation, trying to grow, trying to create listings on Etsy, because I noticed that Etsy would push new listings, and that was not healthy. Not at all. So I want to take a step back from that and fall in love with creating again. And because I noticed, even during that short period, from June to, I guess, now, I lost that spark a few times. And because I was so focused on balancing everything in my life, and I think that's a big part of it, together with trying to get sales. So I want to now take a step back, focus on creating, focus on learning. So learning about business fundamentals, learning about my craft, learning about content creation and all that. And then when I have things to share, I will share them, of course. But I'm not going to have a set schedule of, okay, I'm going to release 3 products this month or what have you. I want to make sure that the things I put out are not making me overwhelmed, because I can't be overwhelmed already as a new business. Goal number 2 is to focus more on Etsy strategies, because I feel like since starting my business, I had not really paid that much attention to it, because I thought I was doing well with what I just had in my brain. But I think having a more intentional approach now, looking at, for example, Starla Moore's free SEO guide will help me tremendously as a starting point and see, okay, but am I thinking correctly about what I think I should do with my SEO, if that makes any sense. So starting that, maybe using eRank, and see if it's my product, is it the SEO, I want to do process of elimination and see, okay, why aren't my things selling? Because I haven't sold anything. Why is that? Is it because it's the SEO, or is it something else? So I want to start there. Goal number 3 and 4 are sort of connected and maybe a bit controversial, but I'm going to give my reasons as to why soon. But the goals are to diversify my products with digital art and digital downloads. And this could be controversial because there's a certain pride, I feel, with handmade products, and with all rights, it's a lot of work, it's so much commitment. But I think for me and myself and where I am in my life right now, it's just so much work to do everything handmade. And so I think it's a better direction to diversify with digital downloads and digital products in general, because I love creating by hand. That's why I started this business, to sell products made by me. And I put so much time and effort into everything I do. But having so many different hats and doing everything at once is just too much, I think. Especially when you have a bazillion things going on in your life. And I think for my mental health, I think it's just a good strategy that I want to try at least this year. If I free that time, I can also put that time into reflecting on my business and see, do I need to change direction? What is my value proposition for this company? What is a problem I'm trying to solve? What are opportunities I'm trying to make? And I feel like all that has been put aside because I haven't had time to think about them, because I've been so focused on just getting content out and products out. So I think having more digital prints and digital downloads, or digital products in general, is just a way to do the item once, and then you can print it several times, for example, or your customers can print it themselves. And for digital downloads especially, you're saving so much on shipping, because shipping now is just so expensive, and it eats a lot of companies' money, and so and it's a huge expense for a lot of people in general. And especially now where living is just so expensive, I think creating both digital downloads and digital art in general will have me be able to create more accessible art, which is also a huge boon and something I really value and something I want to focus on. So I think that takes more priority for me over doing things handmade. I want to share my art with the world. And if I can do that with digital art and digital downloads, then that's great. Now, one challenge is that we have AI art now, and so that's a bit concerning. And we also have just a lot of people doing digital art. because they have noticed that it's a great way to get your products out there. So it's not going to be easy, but I hope that me doing this, YouTube and social media in general, will have me be also part of the why people would like my art and buy my products. Goal number 5 is to broaden my product offering, because I am in a niche of a niche, I feel like, and I don't know if that's hindering me from making sales, because I don't know if my real customers are really on Etsy and searching for my products. I want to see if I can maybe cater a bit more to people more generally, but I don't know if that's gonna work, because I'm also competing with a lot of other people thinking the same thing. I'm competing with Temu and Shein and all that sell cheaper and mass-produced items. It's a guess that maybe if I do offer some general products that are related to plants, I'm not gonna leave plants. That's still my core thing. But I maybe wanna do maybe not hand-painted pots that maybe a bit too niche, or maybe I can maybe do something else. And I have a few ideas, but I'll get to those maybe later. It could also be that my products aren't selling because of my Etsy SEO. So maybe the niche is not the issue. Maybe it's the SEO. So I want to try these things and see what's the real core issue here. Goal number 6 is to do more of this, do more of YouTube, because I feel like I have done short form now for a while, and I don't really think I am supposed to be there, if that makes any sense. I feel like I do much better with longer form content, because I can just talk and speak and chatter and go more in depth into things that I ever could on short form, because their content should be quick, content should be just be fed to you. I like the discussions you have on YouTube. I like that you can show so much more of yourself and your personality, and I think that's going to be a boost for my brand and my company. And it's the platform I use the most myself. I'm also a consumer, and I love seeing small businesses on here and what they do, and they're so creative, and it seems like so much fun to do storytelling in long form content. I know that short form is king, or it seems like it is, but I want to try YouTube and see if that's more my jam. And I'm not gonna promise a set schedule of how many videos I want to make, but I want to just try this year. And my plan is to do studio vlogs, to do maybe chatty, reflective art and business discussions, and show behind the scenes of what I'm doing and the process of creating my product, and also maybe reviewing products that I use and all that. So we'll see. I have a few different ideas already, but I just need to find time to execute, because again, super duper busy. And another huge boon I feel like to doing YouTube is that your customers can still support you in a different way if they aren't allowed to, or if they aren't able to buy your art. Especially now where it's very expensive to live, I know that people should frankly prioritize other things that they need in their lives for themselves and their family. So I think just offering this, I would say free option to support your creator or your business owner is just really good. If you are interested in what I mentioned before and what I would like to put out here, then I would really appreciate if you could give me a subscription or a follow here on YouTube, or maybe a like. I would really appreciate that. The last point for why I would like to do YouTube is because I can use it as a diary to look back on, to see my progress and see how far I've actually come. And I also believe in learning by thinking aloud. And I've noticed that sometimes I just figure out ideas and things as I speak. So I would like to have this be a learning tool as well for myself and my journey and my progress. This video is getting a bit too long now, I know, but as a last bonus goal, I would like to get into just selling locally. That's my goal number 7. This is more in parentheses because I am not gonna commit to this fully this year. Because it's a lot of preparation that I need to do for that. And I need to have, I think, the other goals fulfilled and in place for me to kind of do this. So for example, creating digital products allows me to maybe sell locally in a different way. Just to be concrete, the main reasons I would like to sell locally is because there's so much competition now on the internet and the global market. So I would like to see if people would be more willing to support me locally. So that's just a hypothesis. I don't know if that's gonna work, but we'll see. And also customers get to save on shipping costs, because shipping cost is a huge cost. So if they get to omit that, it's great. And for me, I get to get instant feedback from customers and get to see what they really think, and as they maybe browse my products and give their feedback on it. And I also get to talk with customers and get to hand over products for them to feel or see in real life. I think that's good. And I also get to just talk with them and create and show myself that, oh, I'm behind this brand. I have created these products. I think it just creates a different connection to the products as well. Selling locally takes a lot of time. I need to prepare, for example, with how to accept in-person payments and how to do just setting up my table, buying supplies for my table, and that's also a cost that I don't really feel like I have right now, or I don't have the money to spend on it. So I may be able to attend one very local fair where I live, but if that doesn't happen, then that's okay. I'm giving myself some grace. And I also believe that my other goals, for example, producing more, like I sort of mentioned before, selling more digital art or creating more digital art, allows me to maybe print the things once, and then I can easier attend markets because I can do the art once and then print or purchase more prints or versions of that or products with that art on it. And it just saves me a bunch of time because I have so much to do. So to really summarize this video now, we are at the end. Thank you for sticking with me so far. If you have, applause to you. Thank you for supporting me on my very first YouTube video. It really means a lot. But I hope that maybe my video could give you some inspiration and some guidance that you can use for your own business. As a very last thing, I want to give you some homework. It's not difficult, but I do believe, and when you watch videos like this, to reflect on what you have seen, to learn from it, and not just click away. So if it's not too much work, I would really like if you have some extra minutes to just reflect on why you even have goals. That's the very first question. And if you are setting goals, what are the biggest hurdles for you and what are you doing to overcome them? The third question is, what are you looking forward to most this year? Just to finish off with a nice positive question. As a teacher, I advise you to do this on pen and paper, but if you don't like that, you can also do it on your phone. You can record yourself, you can speak into a mic. It's up to you. Use whatever tool you find accessible to you. I hope this metacognitive thinking will lead to a learning opportunity. And I really believe in metacognitive thinking as a tool to learn. Yeah, thank you so much for sticking around again. If you want to see more, please click on the link somewhere on the screen down below to subscribe. And I hope I see you again next time. Take care now. Bye bye.